Hey guys, Darcy here from the new home basement studio. Hopefully, we're sounding much better than we did at the last place. So, I wanted to talk about, because we're in a new chapter, we're in a new place. I wanted to talk about something that's been very important to me throughout COVID, something that I've been learning, something that, I learned a lot over the years, but really set in this year. Taking charge. Taking charge of your destiny. At the beginning of this year, I was definitely a lot of conflicts with where I was going, music-wise. And I came to this kind of general conclusion. I do not want to chase opportunities that everybody else is chasing. I'd rather create my own. It's just how I feel. And so when COVID hit, the problems that I started to run into, everybody ran into. You start to get consumed with things that are not very productive. I was playing too much time on my video games. And I just had to take that into question for myself. So midway through, an artist that I work with, Petey, he had been hitting me up, sending me some beats, and he wants a freestyle of them. So I did that. And then he was really inspired to just keep doing it. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything, so let's send him these beats. Then it got to the point where I was like, let's just create an EP. So we put together this EP, and we put that out. And it had some decent success. We got like a few thousand plays if you add it all up together. And that was a good, positive experience for us. We pretty much did it almost all within like a week and a half in terms of the recording part of it. And then like a couple weeks for mixing. And that to me is exactly what I want to do, create something. And working with him was fantastic because he's the kind of artist where he gives me a lot of creative freedom. He just wants to put down what he wants to put down there. He's like, arrange it, mix it, change it however you want. He'll give me feedback. He's also a producer himself, but he doesn't bring a lot of ego into it. And he's open to a lot of ideas. Now, you may work with an artist who's open to a lot of ideas. You may also work with an artist who's very opinionated, but it depends on the ego of how they interact with you, if you vibe with that, if that's something that works for you. And he's an artist where we're on the same wavelength. Then after that, it was very positive. So at some point we said we want to do more of this. So we started putting more beats together and putting more records together and going in the studio. And around the same time, I was watching a video from Russ. I told you it's a basement studio. You can hear the water just running through, okay? That's the kitchen, by the way. So Russ was talking about momentum. He was talking about putting out music, tons of it, him doing it weekly, and what that did for him with Spotify. And so what I decided, and I said to Petey, is like, let's do this. You have this ability to write quickly because he freestyles the majority of it. He freestyles it and then he kind of like structures it a bit. And because he's doing that, he's moving very, very quickly. And I've worked with artists where it takes months to write a track, or at least days. And he comes up with a lot of content often and quickly. And even though that like he's a freestyler, so there's structural stuff, the lyrics that we've been improving on over time. He's got a conviction and a flow that most people take a long time to get to. And because he has that mix of how he wants to work with me, it just works perfectly. So we've just been creating a lot of music and putting it out every other week. And for me, that is a perfect representation of just us taking charge. We're not worried about what people think. We're not worried about if, it's imperfect. It's fine. 2-3 songs in, great. There's some imperfections. 8, 9, 10 songs in, it's going to look different. So this to me is the thing that I wanted because I wanted to not chase opportunities. I want to create opportunities. And if you're new, you should think about that. Don't focus on, you're on your 8th beat and you're trying to get placements. You're on your 8th beat, you should be trying to find somebody to collaborate with, friends, producers, whatever, artists. Just find people at your level and take charge, create things. My friend was saying, there's a quote from Chris Rock where he was saying that when he was broke, trying to become the comedian that we know, he would have this car that would get broken down the side of the highway often. And the thing that he realized was that whenever he tried to push the car himself, people would help him. But when he wasn't trying to push the car, people weren't. And that's a metaphor for people want to help people who will help themselves. Nobody wants to carry your ass, but people will help you if they can see you're going to do something with the help that you give them. Ever since I've been doing this and posting pictures about me building the studio, many people have offered to help me with the studio, even though I just want to do it myself. And for many other reasons, it just made sense for me to do it myself, COVID and everything like that. But, they see what I'm doing and they want to help. Some people, you never know. Like, I'm not saying for this particular situation, but in general, some people want to help because they see benefit for themselves, and some people want to help because they want you to succeed. And that's fine either way. But when you start creating that momentum, you'll notice that people will want to help you. And as I'm putting out more music with Petey, more people are interested in working with me because they see what I'm able to do. It's creating momentum. It's taking charge. They want to get involved in something that looks like what I am doing, not getting involved in something where they don't know what it is that I do. So think about that for yourself. Take charge. Just keep constantly creating things. Let them fail, but create your own opportunities and see where it takes you. So hopefully this helps somebody. And please, take charge.